Everything that we say and do at Viper Trading Systems is for educational purposes only. Futures trading, Forex trading, any kind of financial instruments trading involves risk. Therefore, there's always risk of loss. You should only trade discretionary capital, and that is money that you can afford to lose. Nothing said in this little webinar training or anything else we do at Viper Trading Systems should ever be construed as trading or investment advice. And as always, everyone does trade at their own sole discretion. All right, you have a high here, a low here, a higher high here. So let me ask you a question. Could you box this in? And which way would you box it in? Because I'm seeing low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. That's actually, in my personal opinion, screaming to go up for a little trade, okay? So you put it on your little region and you turn it on, a couple of contracts, try to get 8 and 20 if at all possible, or even go for 15, it doesn't matter. But would you go short on this with it getting, let me show you what I'm seeing. Doesn't mean it won't go short, but I'm just saying that I would be boxing that one long. See what it's doing? Is that actually short territory or is it long territory? Well, in my opinion, it just snagged that swing right there. See it? If that bounces out of there, could I actually go long on that trade? And the answer is yes. Okay. Now, what if it decides to break that trade instead? Because this is a high, low, higher high. But I don't see this breaking down myself, faking you maybe, but I don't see it breaking down myself until it pretty much takes this out right here. See your high, low, higher, high. All right. Okay. So let's see if we can get this little trade here. All right. Now, see how that wicked that? See how they wicked that swing? And you got you a decent little trade set up right there. Everybody sees that, right? Okay, so you can take that trade like that if you just simply diagnose your chart. You know, that's still that same swing. Could we jump in it again with our little box? I turned it on again, okay? So you got you a nice little trade, okay? Does it mean it's going all the way up? It does not mean it's going all the way up. But you could put a nice tight stop, like right underneath there, or just put your stop underneath the box, either way, okay? And let me ask you a question. When this double bottomed right through here, where was your long short line in the sand? Anybody? You had a high here, a low here, a lower high, and just barely lower, maybe a double bottom. So I put my first line in the sand right there. I look to the left to trade the right. I see a swing just a little bit more right there. I'm going to box that. And this little trade right here, what Charles and I used to always do is simply box line 5. And it took it out, and you're still heading up. You got your stop at the bottom of your box. You haven't been taken out yet. That's a mid-band trade, by the way. See the mid-band first time after trend change? So how would you box that? You'd already be in it. You'd set up your trade like that, and that one took you out. That's not a big deal if it does. If you want to trust the swing instead, and they'll do that sometimes, and especially with oil because they do move a little bit. Okay, here's a phantom trade setting up. Let's see if it actually works. That's a phantom trade. Box it in. They're pretty much just above line 2, and I'd probably put my box right about where that swing is. And let's see if that one actually works. Phantom trade box. You got your little scalp. And if you held the mid-band, you still got a trade. But keep in mind, if you're doing full contracts, you probably don't want to do that. Okay, let's see if this trade works out. We'll leave our box. If it goes back in the box with a closed bar, you really want to get out of it. And that may be a closed bar. See there? Another phantom trade. Is it going to be a falling knife? We'll find out. Bar closes up, you box it in. You could box it at line 2. You could already be in it because it bounced off of a phantom. And just be careful because this could turn into a falling knife because you are getting highs, lows, lower highs, and lower lows. But they're just trying to check everybody before they run this. And that is first time into phantom after a trend change. You know, first time is usually a pretty good one. Oil does like to go deeper, though. And that stopped you out because it went below your box. Did that get you a little scalp? I don't think so. Okay, will they take it on down? We'll find out. It's still a phantom until, well, now it's not. It changed the background to red, so it's no longer a phantom. Could you box it, though, just in case? Box it in. Still got a yellow mid-band. It didn't quite take out the mid-band as of yet to change it, but it looks like it's going to there. It just did. And let's see if we get a mid-band type trade. Or just simply, if this does decide to roll over, you could actually box it here even, because that's like a phantom trade. See there? and you got your quick little pop trade. They just do this all the time, everyone. I mean, that's a little 10-tick trade. That's $200, okay? Boxing it in. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to box it if you just see the trade. Okay, you can see the trade and not even box it by simply hitting the button when you see the box broken, because sometimes you don't have time to actually box the trade. I actually took that trade just a second ago, and I got 77.67 because I saw this box right here. See right here? And it busted it like a big dog. You'd already be out of it at line 2 because they do move quick. That's a mid-band trade, first time after a trend change. So get in the habit of seeing the boxes and even hitting the button on Object Trader if you want, rather than waiting for the box, because frankly, you didn't have time to do a box on that. You just had to see it. And I had my line drawn. It was just screaming to go down once it took out this box right here. See where you had a high, low, lower high, lower low. That was telling you a little bit, but that was a wick. So high, low, lower highs, and lower lows, box it in. And by the way, that was a mid-band trade. First time after a trend change too. Okay, it really is that easy to trade, but you've got to be quick on your feet, and you've got to draw on your charts. You've got to be ready for these trades, okay? Just like when I was talking about that just a second ago, you know, sometimes you got to think quick. I mean, if you got in at 67 and you're still in it, you're up 30 some odd ticks. Okay, that's a decent, very decent trade. Is it double bottoming now? We'll find out. Need a lower high. Where's your line in the sand long short on that trade? Anybody? Because you can clearly see it. This is your long short line in the sand on that chart right there. That was a mid-band trade. First time after trend change too. 85% probability trade. So why not take it? Now we don't want a high, low, lower high, and lower low. See how they're trying to do that? They need to stay. What they're going to try to do is do like an ABC Gartley type move and then pop it up. See if we can take out that 78. So I hope this little training session helped. I'm going to get everybody so green, you're going to need a lawnmower just to, you know, clip the green away. Just put coin in your bank account. Okay, so basically on here on our home page, this is the Apex discount right here. It is recurring, so it means that you actually get 80% off of the first month. And if you don't pass it the first month, you get 80% off the second month, third month, fourth month, however long it takes you to pass it. Okay, and that's the code right there. Through December 5th at midnight.